If you're into retro football kits, we have the perfect event for you. Kit Con Éire, Ireland's first kit conference, is coming to the Imperial Hotel Dundalk on Saturday, July the 2nd. That's Saturday week. There will be spectacular displays of football shirts, retro and new, from all over the world, and indeed some closer to home. Ireland soccer shirts will be the main attraction, with his exhibition of iconic shirts from some of Ireland's most famous matches. Tickets are only €12 and the price includes entry fee, walking tour, entry to kit discussions and a raffle ticket as well. So you can keep an eye on our social channels, on the social channel of KitCon Era for more. So that's at KitCon Era for more details on social media. And to tell us more about this event and talk through some of the retro jerseys, we're joined by Paul Behan, who is the founder of Football Kit Box. Paul, you're very welcome to the show. How are you getting on?
Hi guys, good morning. How are you?
Tell us a little bit about this event in Dundalk.
Yeah, so it's a kit extravaganza, first type of event of its kind in Ireland, to the best of my knowledge. And we're going to have all the collections that are in people's attics and wardrobes up and down the country, going to bring them out and show them off. We have kit experts who are going to be talking a little bit more, delving down deeper into the behind the scenes about the industry. General Joe Soaps who are into it. Some vendors there if you want to pick up retro jerseys for yourself, and extra special little comedy event as well, which is all done top secret at the moment, but it's guaranteed to be a really, really interesting event. Of football jerseys are your thing.
Top secret comedy event at Football Retro. Who could it be, Johnny?
I am thinking a pre-match sort of characters, but who knows? I mean,
you might be on the right lines there. Yeah.
Well, if that were the case, that's. I do think. I think you featured on LOI Central, the podcast, this week as well. Do you?
I am trying to get the word out there, yeah. So I might be popping up in a few different places. All right, yeah.
It's a great idea because, like, I'm minded of the first football jersey I got. It was a Liverpool away jersey, and it was £26 at the time.
Wow,
which.
Pretty pricey.
Fairness, well, it probably was pricey, but I remember, so going from Mount Bellew to my home, which is 6 or 7 miles, I think I stopped at 3 of my mates' houses to show it off, and like I was so proud to have this away Liverpool jersey. The cars were green with the 3 stripes, and I'd say, like, there are a lot of people who, like, it's an awful lot of nostalgia to this, like, whereas that jersey that means more to you, like the first Go United jersey I got, or that first away Liverpool jersey, and I guess it'll be nostalgia overload as well.
Yeah, well, the beauty about kit collecting is that everybody has their own particular slant on it. So some people are into the match-worn stuff, some people are into the international, some people are into the South American rare stuff, some people are just into the Irish stuff. There's huge scope for it, and it's going through a bit of a renaissance in the last couple of years. Lockdown sort of helped it. It was a community that grew online at the time. People were looking for different positives to latch onto, maybe, and an awful lot of collectors thought they were anoraks and nerds who were on their own sitting at home. And when these online communities built, we realized that there's actually more of us out there.
So what have you got in the room with you there? Like, clearly for any of our radio listeners, we've got Paul in what looks like a massive closet of classic football kits. So is there any couple you want to show us this morning?
Yeah, I have a few our iconic Ireland shirts there, because we have Eddie O'Mahony at the event. He has the most iconic jerseys that are out there. He's going to bring Ray Houghton's jersey from Stuttgart along to the event, and Richard Dunn's with the number 5 scrawled on it, and a few iconic shirts through the year. So I thought I might bring you on a little story, if you let me.
Amazing, yeah.
Through my own Irish experience, and everybody has a different jersey that they resonate with from their childhood or from seminal events in Irish football history, I guess, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
So starting off with the easiest one, when the whole country came to a standstill, and a 12-year-old Paul ran out of the house screaming when David O'Leary managed to put the penalty away. Quite a simple jersey, but it will go down in time, and relatively hard to get, you know. Everybody knows it. They're instantly recognisable. Lovely little chevrons, shiny chevrons in the jacquard all over it. A simple collar, and it's what it represents for most people. So it's probably most people's favourite Irish shirt.
Can you still pick those up these days? Like, are they easy to get, or?
Yeah, I mean, Paul's the man to ask, isn't he?
That's who I just asked. Are they
Well, you were looking at me. I mean, you were looking at me. I was like, what? I don't know. I mean, we've got a lot of things in this closet here, so we have a lot of questions to ask.
Yeah, you can still pick them up, but they are getting more and more pricey. But yeah, they are still available if you go looking for them. And there is a lot of counterfeit fakes out there as well, so be careful of that, you know. And but no, they are available if that's something that you want to latch onto and your nostalgia. You know, some people will pay the money for it, you know, and they hold their value, especially in the last few years. You know, the price of retro football shirts has increased. It's better than Bitcoin now.
Yeah, that's for sure. So what else have you got there, Paul?
Yeah, well, then we jump forward to 93, Adidas equipment. This is a really popular one by collectors. It just has the 3 Adidas stripes.
So this would have been around the time, Paul, I got that Liverpool away jersey. It's almost exactly the same style.
Did you have 3 stripes here?
3 stripes, but I think they were smaller, but I think it was so oversized on me, I don't even know the difference anymore. But it was those 3 stripes that was so niche at the time. So you're talking like early 90s.
Yeah, that would have been in around 92, 93. It was a kind of a turquoisey sort of a green, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're really popular, at the time. Because it was a bold move for Adidas, it was a whole new slant, after their iconic West Germany one. This was another way of Adidas sort of cementing their brand onto the jerseys. It was a really challenging campaign as well. I don't know how old or young your listeners are, but we had Spain, Denmark, Northern Ireland in the group. You know, it was a tough group, and obviously we had to do the job in Windsor Park. We were wearing the away one of this, which is just the white with the green stripes.
Okay.
But not many people know that, you know, we finished on equal points, didn't we? It was an goal difference, so it was only goals scored that we actually pipped Denmark to second place in the group. So we only came through with the skin of our teeth, and that's a particular favourite of mine.
Yeah, Billy Bingham's death the other day would have brought back an awful lot of memories of that night, and it's funny. Like, I think when you read an obituary, you probably get a slightly flattering view of somebody, because certainly in Ireland we have a very nice way of talking about people, but when they pass away. But Billy Bingham actually seemed like a better bloke than he seemed at the time. Because do you remember that, Paul? It was like, that was, I mean, that wasn't obviously the jersey we wore that night, but that was a hell of a time. I mean, I don't think we'll ever have a game like that again.
Yeah, it was a really strange time, I suppose, in Irish history and, Irish football history. And I remember reading some reports afterwards of the players maybe being afraid, and some players happened to be explained what was going on. The vitriol in the ground. We weren't allowed. There was no away fans allowed, but lots of them were sneaking in and finding different ways to get in there. And it was a highly, highly charged event. Yeah. I don't think people kind of realise, you know, how what it was like at the time, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So that is the 1993 kit, and there's obviously an away version of that as well. What's next up, Paul? Are we going chronologically here through the years?
Yeah, pretty well. Just to maybe seminal moments in Irish football history that people might resonate with. That's the whole idea of shirts. They mean different things for different people, I guess. For me, USA 94, I did have the home one, but it was too big, so I actually gave it to another collector. The away one, probably one of my favourite ever Ireland shirts. John Aldridge having a go at the Yellow Hat Man is probably my favourite memory of it. I was 16. I was in Greece, Crete at the time, and it was a huge community there of Irish people that were just jam-packed into this bar watching this event. That was, we thought it was going to be Italian 90, I guess, all over again. Amazing World Cup. And this shirt is, again, one of the most popular. White shirt, beautiful jacquard, the FAI logo all the way through the material, little fade in the stripes. And again, Adidas just taking it, I think, to a new level. And the World Cup meant so much to people of all ages, you know, especially the win over Italy. And if it wasn't that hot in Orlando, things could have been different.
Yeah, for sure. What's next?
Not really synonymous with great Irish football, but probably two of my favourite ever shirts. the controversial orange one that we all know about, the INLA stories and having a Macedonia, and I won't go into too much detail, but that one is really, really, really sought after. And then the home version of it always reminds me of Keith O'Neill and, these players that we tend to kind of forget, but really, really difficult qualifying campaign, and didn't really Belgium. We lost the playoff, wasn't it?
We were kind of in a transitional mode post Jack at that stage.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, every campaign is either excruciating around that time or glorious, and that was certainly the former. So we've got a couple more as well, Paul.
Yeah, well, 2002 then, my first born was just a baby, so and it was the first thing in the morning. Do you remember? It was like 8 o'clock in the morning, the matches were
Kevin
on.
Kilbane comes to mind straight away.
Kevin Kilbane. Damien Duff for me, just because he had such a good World Cup, and it was made famous, this shirt, by some dude in chinos and People of Tokyo. Did you see that post? Yeah.
The Tokyo Fashion Week or something.
Really, really strange time. Obviously, you've done Saipan a while ago there.
What happened?
So we won't go down there. Not at this hour of the morning. But I thought Robbie Keane and Damien Duff for me, just two bright, young Irish players that took their game to a new level with everything happening around them. That's the strong memory for me there. And that sure brings mixed reactions, let's say.
Paul, can I ask you about a jersey behind you there? It's just over your head. It's got like a turquoise, blue, yellow, purple sleeve, a white end to the sleeve. Do you see it? What jersey is that?
Wow.
This is VFL Bochum 1992 to 93 home shirt.
Obviously.
Long sleeve. Zavic on the back and signed. So it's his actual match worn shirt.
That is a mad jersey.
That is class.
Yeah.
This is an embroidered crest on embroidered sponsor, embroidered here, and really unusual shirt. Really, the 90s, I suppose, were the pinnacle for shirts. They don't really make them like them anymore. They were, high quality, beautiful design in them. They're a little bit more mass produced, a lot of them now. So I don't know if the shirts that we have today will last 30 years or 40 years like those ones.
For a moment there, I felt like I was just kind of getting fitted for a suit or something. It's just like Paul just says, well, how would this fit you? But on that note, Paul, this is one of my biggest bugbearers in modern sport and in football. What is the point of a jersey if you're going to change it every bloody year? If you don't change the sponsor or you don't change the manufacturer of the jersey, and look, you look at Bose, right? So Bose are like notionally one of the most kind of left-leaning socialist clubs, and they're doing great work in community, which they are. They brought out yet another jersey. It was basically honouring a bloody bus. So how can you keep bringing out jerseys? What's the point saying, this is a lovely jersey? Well, if it's that lovely, why are you replacing it next year? I mean, save the jersey for a couple of years, give it some sort of a legacy.
Yeah, but then we'd have nothing to collect.
We've loads to collect. I mean, I can't remember. If you're a Liverpool fan, how many jerseys can you remember since the one I'm talking about? If they change it every year, can you and it's not affordable either for a lot of people anymore. So it's what is the point of changing the jersey? Because then it doesn't have any sort of a legacy, I feel.
Yeah, there is definitely a couple of different factions at the moment, and there is a lot of over-producing, certainly from clubs. And there was the case maybe 20 years ago in the Premier League where you had to keep shirts on a 2-year cycle. So there is clamours to bring that back as well, especially, to bring the cost down. But I suppose it's a cash cow for most of the clubs. For the League of Ireland clubs now, you can't really get jerseys from the last 20 or 30 years because they never really produced many of them. Whereas now Galway United's jersey this year has been their greatest ever selling home kit. Bose in the last few years are selling kits all over the world now. Shells now are starting to sell kits in China and Japan off the back of their new management appointment. So I guess there's... Yeah, I don't know. I can see it from the consumer's point of view, but you don't have to buy them, I guess. There is a huge surge in in the counterfeit market as well, which is kind of pulling against that because people are resentful maybe of paying high prices every year, and that's why there's been an upsurge in cheap reproductions coming from China as well. So there is a case of some of the bigger Premier League clubs might be shooting themselves in the foot. You know,
it was pointed out to me yesterday,
Johnny, sorry, that like not every new kit has some of the proceeds going to charity. You know, I mean, like, what is it? 10% of the Bowes jerseys going to LGBT Ireland, and
there's a funny story to this because they've been drawn against Finn Harps. Finn Harps were blue, right? So the Bowes jersey is blue. So if they lose to Finn Harps, in theory, and I presume Finn Harps aren't going to change their jersey, you know, they may never get to wear this jersey. But it was a point made to me yesterday by, admittedly, a non-Bowes fan. He's like, if you're all about sustainability at Bowes, which in theory they are, they have a climate officer, I think, and all that, how are you bringing out another football jersey? I mean, it just doesn't, there's no need whatsoever for this jersey. And fair enough, the 10%, but like, come on, I mean, 10%. And like, I don't know. The Bob Marley thing was class. This to me is just it's a step too far.
Okay, so that's the line.
But is it a case that you don't like the style of it? Is that what impairs your judgment? I mean, the home jersey is probably one of the best.
It's a gorgeous jersey. Yeah, but like, why do you need to bring out a one-off jersey that looks like a seat in Dublin bus with, you know, and the LGBT thing? Like, I don't know. Fair enough, but like, it's publicity. And it's capitalism as well, in my view. That's what it is. And Bowes, they're in danger of going a step too far in this stuff. Yeah. But the broader point is, don't be bringing out a jersey every year. I really, really annoys me because, like, first of all, if it's that nice a jersey, why don't you honour it?
Yeah, I think it's a class jersey, to be honest.
Which the Dublin Bus. Yeah, it's each their own. Like, I don't have a strong opinion on it, but like, I mean, anyway, yeah.
I think it's nice, and like, I mean, as I say, it's like, if like, I know that they kind of play up the whole social aspect of the club, but not every club is giving 10% of jersey sales to a charity or to some sort of organisation that does positive work. So I'm not sure. I think at least there's some attempt to try and be consistent with their values a little bit. I don't know, like, people who hate Bowes, people who love Bowes will probably have.
I think they're great in general. I think, like, they genuinely do stuff in the community. I just think this is excessive.
Where were we, Paul? We
want to talk about this. I know most fans wouldn't want to talk about this because 2012
good times.
Actually, the most successful ever Irish shirt, Carling Cup of Nations Champions 2011 is the one I'm wearing.
Oh, right, okay. What a time to be alive. Up there with the Icelandic Triangular Tournament as some of Ireland's greatest moments.
Do you have the one from sort of the 80s with the Shamrock, the real old school O'Neill's one?
No, I don't. The 1990 one is the earliest that I have.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
The 80s ones yet. Not yet.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Because there
will be some of them at Kit Con Éire as well. Like, so if you're into the really retro stuff, that's the place.
What's the most like a jersey would go for?
Maradona's one from 1986 went for 7 million there a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
that's so that's the upper bar, yeah.
Yeah, I would have thought so, yeah.
But a 1980s Ireland shirt, you're probably looking at setting yourself back a few €100.
Okay, that's all right.
I'm sure when Peter Shilton sells his, it'll go for £8 million, or he won't stop until it actually gets bought for such a price. So next Saturday week is in Dundalk. How do people find out more details about this, Paul?
Yeah, all the social channels at Kit Con Era and Instagram and Twitter are probably the two most popular ones. All the information is there. Kids and seniors are free, so it's a great day out for the family. If you're a passing fan, you're going to have some of the iconic Irish shirts that, you know, form part of your memory, so come and see them in the flesh. And if you're an ardent collector, there's going to be loads of stuff for you as well. So there's stuff available there for anyone. If you have any sort of interest in football or kit, come along and check us out. It's going to be a great event.
Great stuff. Thanks a million for joining us this morning, Paul, and cheers for showing us your wardrobe.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Have a great morning.
Paul Behan there.
Doesn't actually have anything else to wear. He just wears jerseys all the time. Like, yeah.
I mean, I would too if I had that collection.
Kerry have had some interesting ones down there.
They have. My whole life's purpose is to find that Adidas shirt from 1996.
I think I know the one you're on about. Maurice Fitzgerald would have worn it well.
Yeah, one goes on sale online every couple of months for about 150 quid, always XL. So I want to wear it.
What are you, an S?
I'm an S. What are you?
Yeah,
Yes, yeah.
Same as, yeah. I think hashtag help Owen here, get the man the jersey.
Yeah, name any price. Well, not any price. 150 quid is probably my limit for that.
150 quid.
I've stopped buying Kerry jerseys as well when you talk about like the changeover. Like they changed from the Paul Galvin style this year, wasn't it? And then they had one change since then as well, I think. So they've changed twice since what I think was their best modern kit idea.
Is it not a fairly basic point though? If you bring out a really, really amazingly cool jersey, why are you changing it?
Yeah.
Like it's bonkers like this, and then it's like, oh, like check out this. You love this amazing new like Bose jersey or whatever it is. Great, but why are you changing it then after 12 months? I mean, you've literally had it for one season, which could have been during COVID when people didn't even get the chance to bloody well wear it at a game. Like, it just seems so horribly commercial to just keep and they just lose value then. You just forget. Like, Go United probably had some great jerseys over the last 10 years. I just don't remember them because they've had too many of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I mean, it's a first world problem, but it's a real first world problem.
Yeah, I get the sense that you care about that subject a small bit.